Hello, adventurers of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning in to the revised telekinetic feat. Version 2, as it were. Recently, in the most recent Unearthed Arcana, it was revised to kind of match up with the Wild Talent feat and the new approach to Psionic. So please check out that video before you check out this one. Reason being, it plays off of a lot of the key factors. I'll do my best to explain as we go along, but I highly urge you to check out that main video, just so we're all on the same page. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, I just want to issue a quick reminder that this is Unearthed Arcana. If you're new to D&D 5e, that means it's playtestable material. It is in no way, shape, or form truly official, especially when you're dealing with these psionic abilities. A lot of DMs don't allow them, so if you're planning on picking it, run it past your DM, go from there, do it properly. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at the full description here and do our best to sort out what's going on in a little bit. So before we get into the actual description, there is a prerequisite, and that is either the Psionic Talent feature, which is a class ability, or the Wild Talent feat, which is a feat, naturally. You learn to move things with your mind. You gain the following benefits. Increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You learn the mage hand cantrip. You can cast it without verbal or somatic components, and you can make the spectral hand invisible. If you already know the spell, its range increases by 30 feet when you cast it. Its spellcasting ability is the ability increased by this feat. As a bonus action, you can try to telepathically shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. When you do so, roll your Psionic Talent die, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw calculated by a DC of 8 plus your proficiency bonus, plus the ability modifier of the score increased by this feat, or be moved towards you or away from you a number of feet equal to 5 times the number you rolled. A creature can willingly fail this save. Very interesting stuff. Controversially, the older version lets you get an increase to your intelligence score, still lets you do the mage hand stuff. Didn't mention the increased range though, just to be clear. And it only lets you shove 5 feet, where this one is 5 multiplied by the number you roll on your Psionic Talent die. Which, if you watch the previous video, can get hypothetically as high as a d20, so it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think this is meant to be used as certainly more of a control-related feat, but I mean, I don't know, there's probably a ton of cool uses for it. But that being said, let's take a look at the breakdown and do our best to simplify this, because there's a lot of wording going on here. So +1 to either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, your choice. Ultimately, just pick whatever's best for your character, but do make a note which one you pick, because it actually has an impact on the feat itself. You can cast Mage Hand without somatic and verbal components, which is amazing, and it's also truly invisible. The Arcane Trickster gets something very similar to this, but it's interesting to be able to get it as a feat, and if you can already cast Mage Hand, it has an extra 30 feet, which is pretty impressive when you actually think about it. That's certainly nothing to scoff at. As a bonus action, you can choose to push or pull someone by 5 feet multiplied by whatever number you roll in the Psionic Talent die, which is really interesting. And the DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your selected modifier. So there's a lot going on. This is certainly one of the more loaded feats we've covered so far. Ultimately, I would not allow this in my game for a couple different reasons. Firstly, the whole psionics that they have set up in this current Unearthed Arcana, I don't really like it that much. I find it opens up a lot more mechanics than a lot of players are really used to. It's really something that's only meant to be used by veteran players, in my opinion, but a lot of min-maxers are going to take these feats expecting them to work a certain way, and it's just going to frustrate the DM. So instead of dealing with that, I would just veto them in all of my games, but ultimately that's your choice to make. Now let's get over to my personal thoughts here. So, excluding the fact that I really don't like this feat, in terms of who gains the most from it, I honestly want to say rogues, namely rogues that aren't the arcane trickster, but I mean, it's really helpful. It's a good feat to have. The fact that you don't have to worry about those somatic or verbal components make it an at-will ability, which is very cool, very handy if you're going to be stealing stuff. In addition, I feel like the Hexblade Warlock could really take good use of this, or really any of the Warlocks to be fair. They'd probably already have Mage Hand, and in doing so would get that extended range, which is super helpful. The ability to make it completely invisible, which kind of just goes with their whole edgelord motif. But, I mean, I don't know. And anyone into controlling, this would kind of pair up very interestingly with Eldritch Blast. Knock them back with Repelling Blast a bunch of times, and then hit them with this as a bonus action to push them even more over the edge. Sounds kind of broken in my opinion, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down beneath. That being said, if you have any ideas, concepts, questions, interesting ideas, please do tell me down beneath in the comments section. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you like that cool hand-drawn picture of Absurd and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy casting.